if I told you there were fragrances out there that were so irresistible that they could practically cast a spell. And when SWV said, I get so weak in the knees, I can hardly speak, I lose all control and something comes over me. These were the fragrances they were talking about. Don't judge me for my singing skills. So, welcome to the world of Panty Dropper Fragrances, the kind that turn heads, make your heart skip a beat, and make her want to come in that much closer. Kicking things off in the number 10 spot, we got YSL L'Homme Eau de Parfum. And this one has a reputation to live up to because it comes from this long line of classic fragrances. It's a pop of bright bitter orange, and then you get this smooth, boozy vibe from that oak wood infusion. This fragrance might go a bit deeper than you would expect coming from YSL because it has that vetiver in the base, which really grounds it to that woody earthiness. It's warm, it's spicy, and dare I say suave. This isn't the fragrance that asks for attention, it demands it. Plus, with each spray, it's kind of like you're bringing these aspects of this underground jazz club along with you, although this doesn't smell like jazz club. Which inevitably leaves me wondering which one truly smells like a jazz club. I might have to go to a jazz club to tell. Bottom line, if smooth, magnetic, and unforgettable are what you're after, then this could be the fragrance for you, and L'Homme Eau de Parfum could quite possibly be your best wingman. Next, we got a super romantic fragrance, which is Margiela's On a Date. I mean, it even has date in its name, so you know where we're going. The opening is a 1-2 punch of black currant and pink pepper, making it juicy and sweet. Almost like you could take a bite out of it. It has this gourmand-like feel to it, which makes it a little difficult to resist. And then the rose and patchouli come in, creating this delicate but powerful profile that women just keep wanting additional whiffs of. It's a fragrance that says, look, I'm something special, but it doesn't try too hard. To me, this is a scent that brings forward candlelight dinners, lingering looks, and extended conversations that she might not want to end. Every note within this fragrance brings forth another layer of romance, really making it perfect for those cooler nights when you need a little bit of romance and cuddle buddy activity. Simply put, Margiela's On a Date is a cherry on top when you want her to remember that you took her on a date. Carolina Herrera's Bad Boy Extreme Eau de Parfum is up next, and this one's not your average fragrance, as this one's bold and in your face. And the bottle, well, this is shaped like a lightning bolt, so if that doesn't scream bold, then I don't know what does. The moment you spray this, you get a punch of ginger. It's a spicy, fresh fragrance, and well, it's a bit daring. I would recommend this to a guy that can walk into a room and feel like he owns the room without saying a word. This is for the bad boy who doesn't follow the rules, yet he makes the rules. It's a cold weather stunner fragrance that brings out both fire and desire. All right, we've already got some serious panty droppers in the mix, but hold on because the heat's only getting dialed up from here. This next batch is sure to make us stop, stare, and maybe come in a little bit closer. Well, and drop the panties too. If a smooth, spicy, grown man fragrance is your vibe, then Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male Parfum is a fragrance you need to check out. This one has a spicy kick of cardamom, which is immediately attention grabbing. This one has that I'm here energy. It shows up and it leaves a mark. Plus, there's vanilla here, but not just any vanilla. This one's rich, it's addictive. It's that fragrance that makes us stand close by. It's the kind of fragrance that's perfect for those late night WYD texts. With Le Male Parfum, you're not only gonna smell good, you're also gonna make an impression. So, if you want a memorable twist on a classic fragrance, then this is it. Let's take things up a notch with Bvlagri Man in Black Parfum. This one's rich, complex, and definitely not for the faint of heart. And not that this one doesn't smell good, because it really does, but this one's an intense boom, boom, bow punch and kick in the face of nothing but spice. Now, I don't want to scare you. There is obviously some other things here than spice, but there's no hiding from the spice here. Like it or not, ready or not, the spice is coming. I've said this before, but if you're a fan of power, then this is the fragrance Ghost will wear. With this one, there's a mix of these dark woods in the base, creating this almost daring vibe. To me, this one is the scent of confidence, so you should wear it like a shield of honor. Now I get it, to some this won't be your everyday fragrance, and this one's gonna be more or less like that special occasion. This one's perfect for date nights, winter nights, and anytime you want to make a powerful statement. If being bold and unforgettable are your goals, then Man in Black Parfum definitely delivers. Look, we got 5 down. If you're still with me, then you're in for a treat. These next 5 fragrances are certified cold weather panty droppers, and each fragrance is better than the last. So stick around because these fragrances are going from good to unforgettable, just like the prices of today's video sponsors, my friends over at MaxAroma. MaxAroma is one of the leaders for deals on niche and designer fragrances, often being able to find these fragrances at prices you can't find anywhere else. Plus, they offer 2-day free shipping, so you get your order really quick and everything's 100% authentic, so you never have to worry. They've personally saved me a ton of money in building my fragrance collection and my wife's fragrance collection, so I know they could do the same for you, especially as we're heading into the holiday season. So if you want to check them out, I'll drop their link down below and link these fragrances to their store so you can save on some of these panty droppers and you'll have some more money for dates, etc. Now, let's jump back into this list because although the temperatures are dipping, these fragrances are heating things up. Next up from Parfum de Marly, we got Xerjoff. This one opens up with cinnamon and honey, giving it this warm, sweet, and super sensual vibe. As it settles, you get amber and lavender, really giving it this depth and richness. It's about as smooth as a fragrance can get, and it's luxurious, and everything about this fragrance from start to finish is super inviting. There's vanilla, patchouli, and tonka bean in the base, giving it this comforting feel and really just topping off the overall gourmand nature of this scent. To me, Xerjoff is a bit of a hidden gem. It's not that no one knows about this fragrance, however, it's not as popular as the others, so it's a fragrance you can spray on and stand out. It's a top tier fragrance and one that doesn't disappoint. Soir Exclusive from my collaboration with Naxos Parfums is up next, and this is a go-to fragrance for those cozy, romantic, close encounter vibes. Imagine the smell of marshmallow, coffee, and licorice all wrapped up in one. When making this fragrance, I wanted something that was sweet, inviting, cozy, and it ultimately had that intimate comfort factor. You know, when you just ease in a little bit closer. Personally, I think it delivers on each of those, making it perfect for close encounters. That wood and vanilla in the base provide this sensual layer, really making it one that's difficult to forget. Soir Exclusive smells like a warm hug on a cold night, and you can wear this one if you're in the car cruising the streets or between the sheets clapping cheeks. All right, next we're gonna talk about Hypnotizing Fire from The Harmonist. This one's warm, spicy, and comforting, almost like a gentle flame. I just wore this one a few days ago and people were super intrigued. It opens with pepper and clove, really providing this spiciness that just draws people on in. Then the Bulgarian rose adds this soft touch to the fragrance that just balances everything out. And then as it settles, you get that benzoin and vanilla. It's the perfect fragrance for the winter, and the panty dropping just happens to be an added benefit. Naxos from Xerjoff is up next, and this one has been A1 since day one. It's got their whole Italian charm thing down packed. It starts with this fresh burst of lemon and bergamot, and then that lavender comes in just to calm it down a bit before that full-on storm kicks in. But then that's where things get interesting because there's also tobacco and honey in the mid here, which really just elevates the entire fragrance and knocks it out of the stratosphere. It's unique, it's memorable, and it definitely has that wow factor. I tell people all the time that this one is elevated masculinity. It screams I got my shit together, and that in itself turns women on. All right, so here we are, the grand finale. And this last fragrance isn't just a cold weather favorite, this one is a straight up legend. If you're looking for a fragrance to make a week in the knees, then this is one you need. Last, but certainly not least, we have Bvlagri's Angel Share. Because of its rich, boozy vibe, this one's like wearing a glass of top shelf cognac. And then there's cinnamon and tonka adding a warm, spicy sweetness that's just super addictive with this scent. And then as it settles, you get this sandalwood and praline, really making it creamy and smooth. Angel Share feels like a warm drink on a cold night, and trust me, it's unforgettable. Now, as flankers in the niche world become more and more common, I would love to see what Kilian would do with this one. But in the meantime, this is what we have, and if you want a fragrance that leaves a mark, that makes you smell amazing, makes you feel confident, and definitely pulls down those panties a bit, then this is one you need to have in your collection. So that's all, folks. Click here to see fragrances that not only drop panties, but jars as well.